Did you know over 4.2 million Australians are now aged 65 and over? And by 2026, several new laws could completely change the way they live, retire, and receive care. From pension age increases to digital ID requirements, and even strict new rules for aged care facilities, many seniors could find themselves caught off guard if they don't stay informed. Will your retirement plan still work? Will you lose access to benefits? Or could you be eligible for more support than ever before, but not even know it? These are not minor tweaks. Some of these laws affect your money, your health, and your independence. That's why in this video, we're revealing 10 new laws every Australian senior must know before 2026 hits. Don't miss out or get left behind. These changes are closer than you think, and they might already be affecting you.
Number 1. Changes to the age pension eligibility age. The age pension is one of the most important lifelines for older Australians. But did you know the rules around it are changing, and fast? By 2026, the qualifying age to receive the age pension will officially rise to 67 years, affecting thousands of people who thought they'd retire earlier. This means that if you were born after January 1, 1957, you'll have to wait until you turn 67 to receive the age pension. That's up from 65 just a few years ago. And while that might not sound like a big difference, for many it's an extra 2 years of work, budgeting, or relying on superannuation to make ends meet. The reason? The government cites longer life expectancy and an aging population, but critics argue it puts undue pressure on working-class seniors, especially those in physically demanding jobs. So what can you do about it? Plan ahead. If you're nearing retirement, check your exact eligibility age on the Services Australia website. Review your superannuation balance and consider speaking with a financial advisor about how to bridge any income gaps. And if you're already 67 or over, make sure you're receiving everything you're entitled to, including supplements and concessions. The key takeaway? Don't assume the rules are the same as when your parents retired. The landscape's shifting, and those who aren't prepared might end up missing out on thousands in benefits. And this is just the beginning. The next law affects how and when you can access your super, and trust me, it's one you absolutely need to hear.
Number 2. Superannuation Access Age Adjustment. Think you'll access your super at 60 and enjoy early retirement? Think again. By 2026, the rules around when you can access your superannuation, also known as your preservation age, are shifting. And for many Australians, this means a delay in tapping into your retirement savings. Currently, you can generally access your super from age 60, but only if you retire or meet a specific condition of release. However, for those born after July 1, 1964, the preservation age is now set to rise to 60, officially, locking it in across the board. But here's where it gets tricky. Even if you reach the right age, you can't access your super freely unless you've permanently retired or switched to what's called a transition to retirement income stream, which comes with strict limits on how much you can withdraw. Why is this happening? The government wants to reduce early withdrawals and encourage longer workforce participation, aiming to keep older Australians employed longer and less dependent on the pension. So, what can you do? Check your preservation age based on your birth year. This small detail can affect your entire retirement timeline. Plan your exit strategy wisely. Speak with a licensed financial planner about TTR pensions, which allow partial access while you're still working. And avoid unexpected tax penalties by understanding the conditions of release before touching your super. Bottom line, accessing your own money is no longer simple. If you assume you can just retire and cash out, you might be in for a rude shock. And speaking of surprises, the next law could mean that even your access to government services like Medicare or Centrelink might soon require a digital ID. Shall I continue with law number 3 in the same style and length? We put a lot of heart into making these videos, so if you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button. It's just one click, but it means everything to us. And tell us in the comments, which of these new laws affect you the most? Your voice could help others too.
Number 3. Mandatory digital ID for government services. Imagine waking up one morning and not being able to access your Medicare, Centrelink, or pension account simply because you don't have a digital ID. This isn't a far-off scenario. By 2026, the Australian government plans to make the MyGov digital ID system mandatory for accessing a growing list of essential services. What does this mean for seniors? It means that paper forms, in-person visits, and even traditional logins may no longer be enough. To get your pension, manage your aged care packages, or view Medicare details, you'll need a verified digital ID, a secure way to prove who you are online. The goal? Reduce fraud, speed up processing, and make government services simpler and safer. But here's the catch. Many seniors aren't tech-savvy, and this shift could leave thousands confused or locked out of critical services if they don't act in time. So, how can you get ready? Start by setting up or updating your MyGov account. Then, link it with your digital ID through the official Australian Government Digital Identity System. If you're unsure, reach out to your local Centrelink office or library, where staff often help seniors set up these tools for free. Also, avoid scams. Never give your personal details to someone claiming they'll set it up for you over the phone. Always go through official government websites. The bottom line? This change is meant to help, but if you're not prepared, it could cut you off from the services you rely on. And it doesn't stop there. Law number 4 is a game changer for seniors who want to stay at home longer instead of moving into aged care facilities. Shall I continue with law number 4 in the same tone and word count?
Number 4. Expanded home care packages reform. What if we told you that thousands of older Australians are waiting over 6 to 12 months just to get basic home care services? Well, the good news is that's about to change. Starting in 2025 and continuing into 2026, the Australian government is rolling out a major reform to home care packages, aiming to reduce waiting times, improve service quality, and give seniors more control over their care. The reform includes a new single-aged care program that merges the current home care packages, or HCP, and Commonwealth Home Support Program, or CHSP, into one streamlined system. So what does this mean for you? Faster access to care packages for things like cleaning, cooking, personal care, and transport. More flexibility in how you spend your allocated funds. You decide what services matter most. And improved transparency, so you'll see exactly where your money is going and how your care is being delivered. But there's a flip side. With more transparency comes stricter accountability. Providers will face stronger regulation, and unused funds may no longer roll over indefinitely. That means if you don't use the services provided, you might lose them. Here's what you can do. If you're already on a wait list, check your status regularly. Timelines might move faster. Speak with your provider about upcoming changes and how they'll affect your care. And most importantly, don't delay applying. Even if you don't need much help now, applying early puts you ahead when you do. This reform is designed to support aging at home longer, safely, and independently, but only if you know how to navigate it. Up next, law number 5, and it involves big changes to retirement village contracts that could save or cost you thousands. Ready?
Number 5. Tougher rules on retirement village contracts. Thinking about moving into a retirement village? You might want to read the fine print, because starting 2026, the rules around these contracts are changing big time. For years, many seniors and their families have been caught out by confusing fees, hidden costs, and complicated exit conditions. Some found themselves paying thousands just to leave, while others didn't realize how little of their entry fee they'd get back. To fix this, The government is introducing stronger consumer protection laws around retirement village contracts, aimed at making the system fairer, simpler, and more transparent. Here's what's changing. Standardized contract templates will be introduced so every provider must clearly state entry fees, ongoing costs, and exit arrangements in plain language. Seniors must be given a minimum cooling-off period, giving more time to review or cancel without penalty. Operators will be legally required to provide full disclosure of all costs before any agreement is signed. This means no more legal jargon, no more surprise charges, and greater peace of mind for retirees and their families. But here's the key. You still need to read everything carefully. These reforms will help you, but only if you take the time to understand what you're signing. What should you do? Request a contract summary in writing. This is your right under the new rules. Consult a legal advisor before signing anything, especially if it involves exit fees or deferred management charges. Compare providers, as the new transparency laws make it easier to shop around and choose what's best for you. Bottom line, these changes are long overdue, and they could save you thousands of dollars and years of stress. Coming up next, law number 6, and it could mean big savings at the pharmacy or higher out-of-pocket costs if you miss it. Shall I proceed with law number 6 now?
Number 6. Prescription costs and PBS changes. Are you paying too much for your medications? You might not have to, thanks to major updates in the Pharmaceutical Benefits Scheme, PBS, coming by 2026. Every year, thousands of seniors spend hundreds, sometimes thousands, on prescription medications. But the government is stepping in with new reforms to reduce out-of-pocket expenses and increase access to essential medicines. Here's what's changing. Expanded PBS listings mean more medications for chronic conditions like arthritis, high blood pressure, diabetes, and cancer will be subsidized or made cheaper. The PBS safety net thresholds are being lowered, meaning once you reach the limit, your scripts could be completely free or significantly discounted for the rest of the year. And larger pack sizes will be available for some medications, so instead of monthly trips to the pharmacy, you may be able to get 2 months' supplies, saving time and money. But here's the twist. Not all pharmacies are required to offer these changes immediately. Some may delay larger pack rollouts or keep prices higher for non-PBS items. That's why it's essential to ask your pharmacist what's changed and how you can benefit. What can you do to prepare? Keep track of your medication receipts and ask your pharmacist to update your PBS safety net record regularly. Speak to your GP about PBS alternatives. You might find a cheaper, equally effective option. Explore bulk billing pharmacies or government programs offering free scripts once you hit the safety net cap. The takeaway? These new PBS reforms could mean real savings, but only if you know how to access them. Next, we dive into law number 7, where changes in energy rebates could put cash back in your pocket, but only if you know you qualify. Shall I continue with law number 7?
Number 7. Seniors Energy Rebate Expansion. What if you could save hundreds on your energy bills each year just by knowing about a government rebate? Well, starting in 2025 and expanding into 2026, new changes to seniors' energy rebates across several Australian states and territories could mean more seniors qualify and more money stays in your wallet. Until now, energy rebates have been available mostly to age pension recipients, but many self-funded retirees were left out. That's changing. Here's what's new. In states like New South Wales, Queensland, and Victoria, the eligibility criteria are expanding to include Commonwealth Seniors Health Card holders, not just full pensioners. The rebate amounts are also increasing. Some households could receive up to $500 a year in electricity bill relief. Some states are introducing one-off bonus payments to help seniors during periods of high inflation or extreme weather. But here's the catch. These rebates are not automatic. You need to apply through your state government or energy provider, and many seniors don't even know they're eligible. So what should you do? Check your eligibility on your state government's website or call your energy provider directly. Have your Centerlink or health card details ready when applying. Ask about bundled discounts. Some providers offer extra savings when combined with the government rebate. Also, don't forget that some states offer gas rebates too, and others even help with energy-efficient appliance upgrades, so it's worth asking. Bottom line, if you're over 65 and paying full price for power, you could be missing out on hundreds in savings every year. Next up is Law number 8, which covers transport and mobility upgrades that could help you get around easier and cheaper. Shall I go ahead with Law number 8?
Number 8. Mobility and transport assistance upgrades. Getting around shouldn't be a struggle, but for many seniors, limited mobility and rising transport costs are daily challenges. That's why by 2026, the government is introducing expanded mobility and transport assistance programs to help older Australians stay independent, active, and socially connected. The reforms include both federal and state-based changes aimed at improving access, affordability, and safety for seniors. Here's what's changing. Bigger discounts on public transport across several states, including off-peak travel savings and free travel days for seniors card holders. Upgraded taxi subsidy schemes, especially for those with mobility issues or who can't access public transport easily. Increased funding for community transport services, which help seniors get to medical appointments, shopping centers, and social events. In some states, the eligibility threshold for transport subsidies is being widened to include self-funded retirees, not just those on the age pension. And there's more. New funding for mobility equipment, such as walkers, scooters, and home modifications like ramps and handrails, will be available through aged care support plans. What should you do? Apply for a seniors card if you haven't already. It unlocks most transport discounts and benefits. Contact your local council or state transport authority to find out what new programs are available in your area. And if mobility is a concern, talk to your GP or aged care provider about including mobility support in your care plan. Remember, mobility isn't just about travel. It's about freedom, dignity, and staying connected to your community. Next, in Law number 9, we look at powerful new reforms in aged care, including minimum care hours and staffing changes that could transform residential care forever. Shall I continue with Law number 9 in the same tone and length?
Number 9. New aged care standards and staff ratios. Have you ever worried whether aged care homes are giving your loved ones the time, attention, and care they truly need? Well, by 2026, that concern is being tackled head-on with landmark aged care reforms that will dramatically reshape how aged care is delivered in Australia. These changes are a direct result of the Aged Care Royal Commission findings, which revealed shocking gaps in care, staffing, and accountability. In response, the government is introducing legally enforceable standards to improve safety and dignity in residential care. Here's what's changing. Aged care facilities must now meet a minimum standard of care hours. That's 200 minutes of direct care per resident per day, including at least 40 minutes with a registered nurse. Registered nurses must be on site 24/7, ensuring medical support is available around the clock. Tougher regulations on staff training, food quality, and complaint handling will also come into force. These reforms are designed to prioritize residents' well-being, prevent neglect, and ensure that aged care homes are staffed with trained, caring professionals. But here's what families need to know. Not all facilities are ready. Some may struggle to meet these staffing requirements, so do your research before choosing a provider. Ask your provider, how many care minutes do residents receive? Is a nurse always available? Keep an eye on new aged care star ratings, which will reflect compliance and quality of care. Bottom line, these reforms could mean a safer, more compassionate future for aged care, but only if providers and families stay informed and involved. And finally, Law number 10 could protect you or a loved one from one of the fastest growing threats to seniors today, online scams. Shall I continue with law number 10?
Number 10. Digital safety and scam protection for seniors. Every day, more than 230 Australians report falling victim to scams, many of them seniors. From fake Medicare calls to fraudulent investment schemes, cybercriminals are increasingly targeting older Australians, and the losses are staggering. Over $100 million lost by seniors in the last year alone. That's why, by 2026, the Australian government is rolling out tough new digital safety laws designed to protect vulnerable groups, especially older citizens. Here's what's coming. Banks and telecommunications providers will be legally required to detect and report suspicious activity involving seniors' accounts or communications. New nationwide scam reporting portals will be launched with faster investigations and immediate account holds to prevent further losses. Mandatory digital safety education programs will be offered to seniors through local libraries, community centers, and online platforms. But here's what makes these laws even more powerful. They will also penalize companies, not just scammers, if they fail to follow proper scam detection protocols. So, what can you do to protect yourself or a loved one? Verify or register for SMS scam alerts through your bank or telco provider. Never share personal or financial details over the phone or email unless you initiated the contact. Attend a free digital safety workshop. Many are run by your local council or senior support groups. And always remember, government agencies will never ask for payment via gift cards, crypto, or bank transfers. Bottom line, these new laws aren't just about stopping scams, they're about empowering seniors to feel safe and confident in the digital world. Now that you know all 10 critical law changes coming by 2026, let's quickly recap and talk about what you can do today to stay ahead. Shall I move on to the recap and CTA section next? By now, you've seen just how much is changing for Australian seniors by 2026, and these are not small updates. From the age pension to super access, from aged care reforms to digital safety laws, the landscape is shifting quickly. And if you're not paying attention, you could get caught off guard. But here's the good news. With the right information, you can prepare, protect, and even benefit from these changes. Whether you're planning your retirement, helping a loved one navigate aged care, or simply trying to save on everyday costs, knowledge is your best asset. These 10 laws are about more than rules. They're about your money, your health, your independence, and your future. So don't let these changes take you by surprise. Instead, take action today, even if it's just one small step. And remember, you're not alone. There are tools, services, and support systems out there to help you every step of the way.
Now that you're aware of these upcoming changes, the big question is, what can you do about it? Here are practical, actionable steps to help you stay ahead and take full advantage of the new laws. 1. Review your personal situation. Check your age pension eligibility and super access age using the official Services Australia website. Small changes in dates can make a big difference. 2. Create or update your MyGov account. Digital access will become essential. Set up your digital ID through the MyGov portal and ask someone you trust for help if you're unsure. 3. Book a free financial health check. Many community centers, banks, and charities now offer free retirement planning sessions. Use them to understand how new policies affect your finances. 4. Check your eligibility for rebates. Energy bills, transport discounts, and medication costs are all areas where you could save hundreds. Call your energy provider or local council to ask about available rebates. 5. Talk to your aged care provider. If you or a loved one is in aged care or planning for it, ask how they're preparing for new care standards. Don't wait, be proactive. 6. Stay scam safe.
Visit scamwatch.gov.au and sign up for alerts. Consider attending a free digital safety session near you. The bottom line, you don't need to do it all at once, but you do need to start now. Even one small step today can help protect your tomorrow. If this video opened your eyes, tell us in the comments, which law surprised you the most and why? We'd love to hear your thoughts, and your story might even help someone else in the community. Don't forget to check out our previous video on top government grants for seniors you can claim in 2025. It's packed with real savings. And if you found this helpful, support us with a quick subscribe. It's just one click, but it means the world to us and helps us keep creating content that matters. We put a lot of heart into making these videos, so if you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button. It's just one click, but it means everything to us. And tell us in the comments, which of these new laws affects you the most? Your voice could help others too.